Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently down 6.29% to 46,725. Ethereum down 9.35% to 3738. I focus on the professional smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth in the process. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. The smart money mindset is completely different to the retail mindset. Professional investors and traders, smart money, look at prices on a day like today and they get really excited. Everything is on sale. Retail trading and investing, the mindset is very, very different. People see red and they get really spooked and they want to run for the door. Just always think, if you're selling, who's buying? It's always useful to think of investing and trading as being like a kind of a shop where you buy investments and you put them up for sale at some later time. Businesses always want to get their stock more cheaply. On days like today, smart money, institutional investors are having a field day. Unfortunately, no one tells retail investors the true rules of the game. That's a big part of what I do every day here. We always talk about setting a positive life trend through the attainment and focus on real wealth. If you're going through a pullback in life, if you're suffering health problems, or perhaps you've been involved with different things that are causing you a lot of anxiety and stress, please know that the sun will come out again, and there are many, many people who care and will be sending love and healing thoughts to you. Our thoughts are with Francine, John, Jimmy, and Edwin at this time as they go through what they go through. Much love, everyone. Especially in the crypto market, Rule 774 is so vital. Master yourself to master the market. There's a deep psychological dimension to investing and trading that a lot of people don't know and understand. You can have all the best indicators, all the best technicals, but if your emotions work against you, you will be in trouble. That's why it's so important to contextualize money. Money, of course, is really important, but so too are the other components of real wealth, such as inner and outer peace, purpose, fearlessness, courage and honor, integrity and kindness. These things make life worth living. On days like today, many people have self-doubt. They think that they've made the wrong move. The markets are just volatile, especially crypto. It's really important to understand you are worthy of success. You deserve kindness, love, meaning, and every success in life. When you understand the rules of the market, everything will change. Days like today bring out a lot of panic and a lot of blame. KS zone analysis are the 4 stages that all investors and traders progress through to become consistently profitable and attain real wealth. Zones 1 and 2. Zone 1 is the panic zone. This is all about sleepless nights, feeling that you've done the wrong thing. The markets are inherently volatile. You've not done anything incorrectly. It's just the concept that you're seeking certainty if you feel panic at the moment. Zone 2 is the blame zone, where that external panic manifests itself externally in terms of conflict and attacking others. Again, that's just related to the focus that markets must be certain. Zone 3 is the patience and rule zone. That's where we literally rewire our minds into following specific rules and having a lot of patience. We don't concern ourselves with panic and blame because we have forgiveness. Not forgiveness for other people, but forgiveness for ourselves. When we look at Zone 3, it's all about the rewiring of the mind. Professional traders and investors, and we all know that any investor becomes a trader anytime they buy or sell. When you're in Zone 3, actually you look forward to the red days. It's a completely different way of looking at the market. It's such a shame that people don't explain Zone 3 better. Many people are stuck in Zone 1 and Zone 2, and they're completely innocent. They are told that there is certainty in the markets. That is a lie. There's only probability. Every time that you feel that you need to reach for certainty, question that assumption. Zone 4 is the meaning zone. That's all about the attainment of real wealth. Zone 3 is about the attainment of money. Zone 4 is about the attainment of meaning. Through gratitude and worthiness, we can attain inner and outer peace, authenticity and fulfillment. Having money without meaning is simply another form of poverty. Many people look at the markets like today and say, oh my goodness, everything is red. I need to sell. Everything's going to zero. This is what I term the light switch effect. That happens in Zone 1 and Zone 2. And it's simply just a learning process. All people focus initially on Zone 1, go to Zone 2, then to Zone 3, then to Zone 4. With the light switch effect, people view any negative percentage movement as game over, and of course they switch the light switch off because they say, I don't want to lose any more money, I'm out. But the problem is there's somebody on the other side of that trade. On blood red days, the people on the other side of the trade are smart money. The long-term trend of Bitcoin and crypto is incredibly positive. This is on an exponential chart, an exponential log graph. What we can see is the price coming up exponentially. There are many reasons behind this. If you'd like to better understand Bitcoin, please have a look at episode 352. It can give a lot of insight. What we can see here is there's been a number of mini black swan events, and this is normal in financial markets. We've had quite a few, and they've been playing havoc with the price. But black swans are actually the single best time to get into any asset classification. You can see this black swan that happened during COVID and the US liquidity crisis. This was a massive drop down, and we've looked at this many times. This was the ultimate time to get into the market, and it would have been the time that the majority got out of the market. Looking at the current day upper and lower boundaries of the Bitcoin KS model, we can see an upper boundary of 175,577 just for today, right now, and a bottom boundary of 25,672. It's still traveling in the channel. What's happening with Bitcoin and crypto at the moment? The shorts are being attracted into the market with certainty. The liquidations of shorts will cause massive upward price momentum. If you're going short, please be careful. Getting an institutional smart money mindset is not an easy thing to do, and it requires a lot of discipline and patience and a lot of knowledge. I share my 30 plus years in financial markets through the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass, which was released on the 11th of December as promised. If you reached out to me previously and wanted a discount and you haven't received that, please let me know. There were some bounces on that particular code being sent out. I'd just like to inform you that the discount will be closed off on the 31st of December. That is if you have not locked it in already. Many people locked in the discount. If you've locked it in, of course, I will honor it. You can take that particular code and you can share it amongst your friends. Many people in the community are actually creating Christmas presents for other people of the masterclass. It's just so beautiful. Badger just reached out today, and through Buy Me a Coffee, he said, "Hi Ken, I just wanted to thank you for the incredible masterclass discount, the absolute best bargain ever." Thank you, Badger. I would have given my last Bitcoin for this knowledge because I know I would make it back in spades using your methods. This information is just simply not found anywhere. Now I know what excellence in technical analysis looks like. Thank you, Ken. You're a true master and a legend. Cheers, KS family. Thank you so much, Badger. That's really nice. It's really good to understand what people doing the masterclass feel about it. I'd also like to reach out to Debashit, who just put a beautiful, beautiful quote together in the comments section of YouTube. He said, "This is the first YouTube channel where you cannot see any toxic comments, everyone respecting each other. Ken has shared some deep values here, proud to be part of this community." Debashish, we're really glad to have you, and you'll find that inside the masterclass as well. Everybody is totally supportive. When I say KS family, it really is a family. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful community. Thank you, everyone. We're literally all just a group of global friends who haven't met physically yet. So let's have a look through the market and see what we can see from an institutional perspective. Rule 45, no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. One thing that smart money always does, it makes three simultaneous in advance probabilistic choices whenever they buy. What happens to the price if it goes sideways? What will people do if it goes up and if it goes down? Smart money, investors and traders always know the answers to those three simultaneous questions. That's why I've done this smart money overlay on the chart to give you a potential path and how it relates to Bitcoin. Now, why do we look at Bitcoin? Why aren't we simply just diving into the beloved alts? Because Bitcoin's price action moves the market. You can see just how much it moves the market here. That's why it's incredibly important to understand Bitcoin's price momentum. I just basically did some small analysis on this for you, and we've been looking through this since the sell-off. What we actually see is a sell-off spike, a sell-off spike, a sell-off spike, and then we see particular behavior that plays into the market. The behavior of crypto is incredibly volatile. Things can turn around in a heartbeat, and that's really, really important to know. The YouTube channel, our YouTube channel, started here with this capitulation. I called the bottom at 30,000 on this particular bar, and it was pretty close. It was just within $1,000. Price played out exactly as I expected. When we look at this particular zone here, we've got a couple of things, couple of directions in which crypto may go. Let's have a look. I'll zoom in there for you. We can see that Bitcoin has been under resistance since the sell-off. There's quite a lot of resistance up here around the $55,000 mark. We have another lower level of resistance playing in at around the $52,500 mark. We saw that we were just slightly getting above this resistance, but we sold off. One thing that you might like to keep in note, the market moves as the market moves, and we just respond to it. That's why we have three probabilities at play all the time. Many people get caught because they only have one probability. It has to go up. Price, unfortunately, does a lot of random things, and it can move around very, very significantly in crypto. A lot of influencers don't tell you this. That's why I'm actually marking up the charts in this way, so that you can look in every day and say, how is it going? This particular gray area is the I'm not sure where I'm going area, technical term. What happens when price is in here? It hasn't really figured out if it's going up or going down. What we can see is price is just coming down at the moment. Does it mean it's going to collapse down into this red area? It could. That is possibility, of course. Price moves where it moves. But what we're looking at is we've got a lot of consolidation, and it's not a really significant sell-off, even though it may appear so to look at the particular percentages right now. It's really useful to remember that smart money, institutional investors and traders look at this and they are excited. The other thing I want to explain is about the news. Many retail investors need to know the reason why. Institutional investors, They spin narratives. They basically say it happened because of X or Y. And that particular example, 1 week later, can be the cause of the price going in exactly the opposite direction. When you've been in the markets for a very, very long time, you pay very little attention to the news because it's just spin. Does that mean we don't pay any attention to the news? No, we need to pay attention to the news. But just understand that particular journalists, when they need to report on the news, they have to pick something, and they just pick from basically a bag of bad news when stocks go down and cryptos go down and problems hit the market, and they pick from a bucket of good news when crypto goes up, stocks go up. It's just the way they do things. If you analyze the news headlines, you'll see this all the time. If you look across the news stories, you would think the world is coming to an end. The Fed is reducing its quantitative easing, it's tapering, but it's been talking about tapering for months and months and months. It was already factored into the market. What you've got is a lot of spin that is occurring now. If we look at Bitcoin's price, what did it do? It came up to resistance. It sought to get above it. It looked like it had a lot of support, but it faked out and it broke down. And it passed through the support line at 49,000 and then has come down to the next support line at 46,500. What has it done? Has it just cataclysmically fallen off a cliff? The answer is no. It's not done that at all. It's just got itself above that support line. It's actually showing strength. And I can share with you personally, I'm buying now. When I say I'm buying, does that mean I think I've picked the bottom? As a professional trader, I don't care about bottoms. What I care about is participation. I know that it could come all the way down to 39,000, and I have no problem with that. That just means the stock in the shop, the crypto shop, is just getting cheaper. That's why I really like to show you this visual. If you can get it in your mind that you pick up stock, all your beloved stock, when it's cheap to put in your shop, that is fantastic. You don't want to overpay for your stock. You'll be hearing a lot of discussion in the news about tapering. Tapering is the opposite of quantitative easing. What is QE? It's an increase in the money supply. Basically, the Fed pushes money out into the system by purchasing bonds, US treasuries, and mortgage securities. Tapering is when it does that, but at a lower rate than previously. We can see from November the 3rd, the bond purchase rate was dropped from $120 billion per month to $105 billion, and it will be decreasing at $15 billion per month until it reaches zero in July. That's literally $105 billion to $90 to $75 to $60 in March, $45, $30, $15, and then finally zero in July of 2022. You can see how this fits the KS model perfectly. When we look at US treasuries, the reduction, $70 billion in December. They're still purchasing $70 billion worth of treasuries in December, then 60, then 50. You can see it's decreasing at $10 billion per month, then 40, 30, 20, 10, and finally nothing in July. For mortgage securities, $35 billion in December, then 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and then finally zero. We can see they're just reducing at $5 billion per month. They're reducing their spending. There's a lot of misunderstanding as to what Bitcoin and crypto actually is. Many people will say Bitcoin and crypto is a hedge against dollar debasement. That just means inflation. Of course, that absolutely plays into the picture, but that is not the main and primary determinant of crypto's value. Crypto is literally the upgrade of the internet to Web 3.0. That means in the future, we're going to actually live in the metaverse. We're going to go digital. We're going to colonize other planets. All of this stuff sounds like absolute science fiction, but science fiction always pre-tells the future. What we're basically seeing is an evolution in our whole society. It's like another industrial revolution, and it's being driven by crypto. Talk about QE and tapering and hedging is actually missing the larger picture. All of crypto is about transforming society onto the next level of the internet. This is just a short-term market fluctuation as far as institutional investors understand. Smart money knows exactly what crypto is, and crypto is not what a lot of people understand it to be. Rule 112, markets profit in uncertainty. As a professional trader and investor, what you want to do is look for uncertainty. When the markets are uncertain, that is the time where the greatest gains occur. And the greatest fear in the market is absolutely the best buying opportunity. There's a flip side to that, which is rule 114. Markets penalize certainty. If you are absolutely certain of where the markets go, beware, the rug pull is coming. Let's have a really rapid run through. Has there been any change in the Mt. Gox reserves? We covered this in episode 332. You can see the Mt. Gox reserves, the remediation has not occurred. Nothing is moved. What about Omicron? There are nearly 12,000 confirmed Omicron cases throughout the world, and we can see it spreading rapidly. Hope is that this is just more symptomatic and less devastating than Delta. There's still a lot we don't know. The facts are coming in, but they're coming in slowly. I'll just whip down so that you can see how different countries are going. It looks pretty much like every country is now being affected. Yesterday, the number of confirmed cases was about 7,851 from memory. We can also see the potential spread in the US. What we can tell from Omicron, it's spreading. What we can't tell is just how serious it is. That will be known in time. Our heart and thoughts go out to everybody suffering any health problem. We can see recently Bitcoin sold off from this resistance. How is the Indian market going? In terms of Bitcoin in the local Indian currency, it's holding up relatively well. Let's have a look how the Chinese property market sector is going, especially in light of the Evergrande issue. We did a very in-depth discussion on Evergrande in episode 321. If you would like more detail about the India central bank digital currency and the potential crypto ban, which hasn't turned into a crypto ban at all, you can have a look at episode 344 just to get the background information. Chinese property market sentiment, as measured independently by the stock market, we can see these prices are falling. It's always useful to understand what a stock price is. Basically, it's confidence. If a particular investor is confident, we know this blue line is Evergrande. We can see that it's now dipped down. Some of the other property market developers are coming up a little, but all of them are dipping down at the moment, and some have been suspended. It's not looking good. Some people would be really keen to get in here and buy this dip. When you've got a systemic problem like this, these things need to be shorted, not purchased. They're very, very dangerous to go long on. We can see the inflation expectations are coming down at the moment. The transport indexes have also taken a hit. Remember, whenever you see negative news, please don't fall subject to the light switch effect. You need probabilistic fearlessness. In probabilistic fearlessness, professionals scale in and scale out of particular trades. They use negative percentage movements as buying opportunities, provided things are looking good overall. And we know when black swans do hit, oh my goodness, they're the best buying opportunities ever. To prepare for such event, traders are always taking profits. If you're a long-term investor, that's terrific. You might want to just ascribe a small percentage of your portfolio to trading. It will give you an entirely different perspective and make you very, very familiar with the market. The key thing to note with trading, it's all about gaining the institutional smart money mindset. It's not so much about anything else. When you have that, your investments will just skyrocket in value because you'll be buying very, very profitably. If you think about this, the COVID sell-off, the US liquidity crisis sell-off, many people, the vast majority of people, were running for the hills. The smart money was stepping in there and buying on the way down. Many times you don't know where the bottom is, but you can actually gain some appreciation as to where it could be through technical analysis. You can see how this lower support band held the price reasonably well, as it has done through capitulations in the past. That's why this red line is a really, really powerful line. It's currently $25,673. Let's look into investment substitutability. The S&P 500, the proxy for stocks, is up 27% for the past year. Poor old gold down 3%, but this is good because this says there's not a lot of war happening in the world. There's always war, but gold is not reacting. Poor Peter Schiff. Someone give him a cuddle, send him some love. He needs it at the moment. But he's been quite happy today with the sell-off in Bitcoin, so I guess he's happy. Bitcoin is up 146% for the past 12 months. When looking at the stock market, it's an important understanding to have. Why is that? Because the stock market at the end of November 2020 globally was 95 trillion. The bond market, 128 trillion. I've just used crypto at 2 trillion to give you a basic comparison. When you see stocks, when there's a risk on, people are getting worried, they push their money into bonds. Bonds are viewed as a safe investment, unless of course it's in Evergrande. When investors feel more confident, they transfer money to a higher return out of bonds into stocks and crypto. The play between these is really important to understand. We can see the VIX, the fear gauge of the market. It's come down. This is a really good sign. We can see a little bit of a sell-off in the NASDAQ 100, but we had a tremendous rally. Of course, this has to digest. We're substantially above support. It's looking very, very good. We can see bond prices are starting to go up, but there's several levels of resistance above. And we know the bond prices and bond yields are inversely correlated. The bond yields are coming back to a level of support. We can see gold. Maybe we'll just zoom in here a little bit for gold. We can see gold has bounced from that support, made this resistance, once resistance line support, and is seeking to take out the next resistance at around 1795. We can also see the US dollar currency index backing off from its previous highs. The really good thing about this analysis, when you're familiar with this, you can read or hear anything and instantly assess the news. It's very, very powerful to know these things. Let's have a look at our 10-5-10 fund levels. We can see for Bitcoin's price is currently 46,947. We're looking at around $42,092, the first level. Second level, 31,626. If we get these levels, we'll be very, very happy because we would expect some kind of long tail rejection to occur there. Ethereum 10-5-10 levels, 28, 32, and 1920. Binance Coin 10-5-10 levels, 424.30 and 332, and the last one at 268.10. We can see Solana coming into its first 10-5-10 level at 135.94. This is really, really interesting stuff. If I just do a very quick percentage decrease there, we can see that Solana, just to its, maybe I'll do it to the sell-off, has come down around 42%. That's quite a lot. A lot of people would have assumed Solana would just keep on rocketing. We don't assume that. We always understand that certainty is not your friend. We look to buy at support, and especially if we can slurp up anything at a 10-5-10 level, It's the ultimate dollar cost averaging strategy. Speaking about that, poor old Cardano is fast approaching its first 10-5-10 level at 1088. It's currently 1243. We can see XRP. XRP is looking like it will head towards its 10-5-10 fund level as well, which is 58.25. We can see DOT. DOT was kind of looking okay, but as Bitcoin's gravity kicked in, it will pull everything down with it. It's just the nature of the crypto market. The 10-5-10 next 10-5-10 level is 2047 and 1543. We can see Luna coming in strong towards its 10-5-10 level at 49.62. That's quite a sell-off. If we go back up here and seek to just get an approximate understanding, it's probably around the 32% reduction mark. I could of course do that more accurately, but sometimes we just need a bit of understanding how things are popping along in the crypto market. It's really good to know and understand the psychology of support lines. This particular support line is not drawn to the bottom. People in the masterclass know exactly why. We can draw one out there, but that's not the most important support line. This one is drawn from a previous level and just extended. We can see this particular support line in here. When price comes down to a support line, if it's honored, it typically bounces upwards. Then, and this is a very, very sharp angle of descent, we know that sharp angles reverse. One very powerful rule is rule 130. Make volatility your best friend. Just embrace volatility. Retail trading mindsets look at volatility and get terrified, and it is terrifying, the volatility inside the crypto market. If you can rewire your brain, if you can look at the red, if you can look at this and see nothing but opportunity, you're starting to move into the level of professional traders and investors. Let's have a look at the 10-5-10 levels for the metaverse. We can see Decentraland Mana 285.73 and 201.83. For Axie Infinity 74.15 and 61.25. For Engine Coin 1.849 and 1.280. I wouldn't suggest touching SLP at the moment. Sand, we can see the first one at 387.47, second one at 225.90. ILV, first one at 984.20 and 839 even. I think giving Alice a little bit more time is a good idea. For CHR, the 10-5-10 level is 37.94. If we have a quick look at CHR actually reduced at its worst time 68%. This is the volatility in the crypto space. It's very, very important to rewire your mind, to make volatility your best friend. When that is the case, you will be absolutely more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. So many retail traders get caught up, and investors get caught up in the upward price momentum and then get locked in as price does this. Professionals do it a very, very different way, but it does take patience, a lot of rules, and a different mindset. On days like today, it's easy to think that the sun will not come out again, and that these particular negative price momentums can continue on forever. That's just simply not the case. Everything in life moves like a wave, both in the crypto space and in life. When the darkness comes, the sunlight will always come out after it. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing and liking this video if you think it will help others. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers. Please say hi and let me know where you're viewing from and if you have any questions. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care, and see you next time. Bye for now.